Two families sign on the same day. One rents near work and pays quite a lot more. The other moves to the suburb and pays much less. On paper, the second family won. Months later, the account starts to change. The family that saved on rent begins to pay in bus hours, in fuel, and in exhaustion. The question that guides this video is simple. How much does it really cost to live far away? The price we see is the rent. The price we do not see hides in the trip, in the missing services, and in the time that never comes back. Cheap housing can turn into a very expensive daily life. To understand it, we must look at how the mechanism works. Land costs less where there is less city around it. The farther from jobs and shops, the cheaper the square meter. That discount is not a gift. It is the price of distance. First the homes arrive, then the families arrive. The services come later, when they come at all. Meanwhile, every daily task demands a trip. Shopping, studying, seeing a doctor, dropping off the children. Everything adds distance. The city hands out its opportunities unevenly across space. Living far means paying each day to reach what others have right next to home. The early saving hides a constant expense. Let us return to the two families. The one living close walks or takes a short trip. It arrives in 20 minutes. The one living far needs almost 2 hours each day, counting the trip there and back. With two working adults, the bill explodes. It becomes hundreds of hours a year trapped in the journey. That time has a value. It could be work, rest, care, or simply life. On top of that time comes the money spent on transport, month after month. When you add it across the years, the rent saving evaporates. What looked like cheap housing turns out, deep down, to be one of the most expensive choices in the whole city. The data shows a clear pattern. This can be read through an idea the urbanist Carlos Moreno calls chronourbanism. The city is not only measured in meters, it is also measured in time. Moreno proposes a city of proximity, where work, school and services sit within a quarter of an hour on foot. The scattered suburb does the exact opposite. It pushes basic functions away and forces dependence on the car. So distance turns into a form of inequality. Those with lower incomes tend to live farther and therefore travel much more. The same map that hands out cheap land also hands out lost hours. Time becomes a luxury that not everyone can afford. There is a cost that almost never shows up in the accounts. The cost of care. In a family that travels 2 hours a day, someone must fill that gap. Someone picks up the children, someone tends to the elderly, someone gives up a shift. Very often it is the woman who absorbs that weight. It can be argued that distance punishes hardest those who already did the caring. There are also the lost opportunities. A course you cannot reach, a better job that sits too far, a bond you never grow for lack of time. None of this appears in the rental contract. And yet, all of this is part of the real price of living in the suburb. It would be unfair to tell only one side. The suburb also offers valuable things. More space for the same money, a home with light, sometimes a park or a forest nearby. For many families it is not a choice, it is the only open door. When the center expels people through price, the suburb takes them in. Denying that would be dishonest. The problem is not the suburb itself. The problem is a suburb without decent transport, without nearby jobs and without services at hand. A well-connected, well-equipped suburb can work. The one that abandons its people to the car and the clock does not. The question, then, is not center or outskirts. It is what kind of outskirts we are building. Here it helps to state the opinion clearly. The price of a home should include its cost of access. Comparing only rents is comparing badly. A home is not just four walls, it is its position within the city. Two houses with the same rent can hold very different daily lives depending on where they stand. That is why urbanism speaks of accessibility and not only of price. Measuring well means adding the trip, the transport, the care, and the time. When you add them, the math changes. Many cheap homes stop being cheap. And some expensive homes, close to jobs and services, turn out to be more reasonable than they seemed. Let us return to the opening question. How much does it really cost to live far away? The answer does not fit on the rent receipt. It is paid in bus hours, in fuel, in shared care duties, and in opportunities that slip away. It is paid in a tiredness that shows up on no account. The cheap suburban home can end up being the most expensive of all. Not in visible money, but in daily life. Choosing where to live is choosing how much time we will have for everything else. And time, unlike rent, cannot be recovered. Perhaps the fairest home is not the cheapest one, but the one that gives us back the hours we so badly need.